Yo, hey guys, what's poppin'? Jacques Slade here, back with another unboxing, and today I have my favorite shoe from All-Star Weekend. It was a surprise release. I didn't expect it to happen, but it did. Actually, they announced it a little before All-Star, so I guess technically I knew it was gonna happen at All-Star, but it didn't have the big moment leading up to All-Stars, like 3 or 4 months ahead of time. I knew that this shoe was actually going to release, which is something that I kind of go back and forth on. Sometimes I like the fact that I know stuff way ahead of time, but when something kind of pops up like this out of nowhere and I'm able to grab myself a pair, it's amazing and I really appreciate it. So without further ado, and enough of me going on a little tangent there about my release likes for rumors, let's take a look at this shoe. This is the one and only Kobe box, as you can see, with the Kobe logo there and then the signature there. And this is the Kobe 1 Pro. Now this pair has already been on the basketball court. Did not waste any time. Over All-Star Weekend, I was lucky enough to be given this pair so I could wear test them at the convention center where they played the NBA All-Star, and I gave them some work. It wasn't a particularly, I would say, competitive game. It was a media game where a lot of people that are in the media space, they were there playing, and not everyone that's in media is super athletic, but we did get some runs in and I felt great about these. Just quick side note, they have a little hang tag here for these with the LA, it says LA 2018 and then the Kobe logo right there. But back to these, quick side note to these actually played really well. For those that have had the original Kobe 1, you know that those, I don't want to say that they were super heavy, but they're definitely heavier than the usual basketball shoes that we play in these days. But these have been updated and they've been made lighter. They're 5 ounces lighter. Not that that's a huge difference, but if you worry about the weight of your shoe, then you know that these are 5 ounces lighter. But the really, I would say the best thing about these is the vision and the forward thinking that Kobe and Nike basketball had when it came to this shoe. So the Kobe 1 Pro stands for Performance Retro. And quick side note, Pro, I get it, Kobe, but I don't know, just doesn't work for me, the Pro thing. Pro stands for Performance Retro, guys, and that's exactly what this is. It's an updated version of a retro sneaker. I kind of wish other brands did something similar to that. I would love to wear an updated Air Jordan 1 or an updated Air Jordan 3, but still looking the same. That's something about these that I think a lot of people kind of overlook, that this shoe is basically gutted from the inside and updated with today's technology so that this shoe could perform like it was released today. It's very Kobe-esque, a very Kobe kind of thing to do, where Kobe's like, yeah, you guys want to do retros? Like, I'm not so sure you can do retros. And then he's like, oh, I have an idea. If you guys want to do a retro, it has to be able to play in today's game, and that's exactly what he did. DeMar DeRozan actually wore these in an NBA game before they were announced, before anybody knew they were coming out, and people just assumed he was wearing the old school, but he was actually wearing the Pro version of the shoe. Now let's get to a little bit of the details, what's been updated. The shoe, some of the foam in the shoe has actually been removed, so that made the shoe a little lighter. They made the carbon fiber a little smaller, so that also made the shoe lighter. They added full length zoom. I'm a big fan of zoom. Kobe has been a big fan of zoom for a very long time. So they added a full length zoom in this version of the shoe, and you can feel it. It's definitely responsive. Again, I did get to play probably like 3 or 4 games in these. Not enough to give you a full review, but good enough to tell you that I definitely enjoyed playing in them. I didn't think about it. They didn't feel clunky. They didn't feel like bricks on your feet. Sometimes some basketball shoes are kind of big and bulky. I'm a small guy. I'm only 5'11", so if a shoe is too big, it becomes burdensome, and that's not the case with these. As far as the quality, Nike basketball did a really great job, and I'm happy that they went this direction with this shoe. The leather here is tumbled leather, but it's a really nice leather. It's nice, it's soft, it's thick. Then they have the same thing, they have suede on this side. Or maybe this is Nubuck. I think this is Nubuck, but it feels like a quality premium sort of offering from Nike Basketball, and I appreciate that. For the heel counter, they used some suede, and then they have some padding here. Then there's padding by the ankle as well as by the Achilles, and then they have a nice insole in there as well. The grip at the bottom, I believe, is exactly the same. They didn't change any of that, but for the overall appeal of the shoe, it feels like a quality offering from Nike Basketball, which I definitely appreciate. The tongue is a mix of yellow and black leather, and then they have a little bit of leather here on the tongue with Kobe's logo there. And I was just really happy with this shoe. I think they did a really great job. These sold out online right away, but I don't think you should worry because I think there's going to be a ton of more colorways coming in the very near future. I know when they announced these in the announcement, they had a couple of different colorways. There was a black and purple colorway, which I'm not sure if that's going to be a Lakers colorway or if that's going to be the 81-point colorway, because Kobe wore the Kobe 1 when he scored 81 points, so that might be a sort of Raptors style colorway as well. Then there was also a black and red colorway, there was a white and red colorway, and I believe there was a green colorway as well. But I would say look forward to getting a lot more of these. And speaking of colorways, my favorite Kobe 1 colorway that released over NBA All-Star is right here, and I want to show those to you guys as well because I got super lucky when it came to that pair and was able to get myself a pair. And that is this one. Boy, oh boy, when I talk about fire, flame emojis, this shoe represents all of that. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen it already. I just couldn't wait to share that I had a pair of these because I was so excited about them. So this is the undefeated camo colorway, and these are all of the flame emojis you can think of. I was super excited to be able to buy these. I was at the Nike Makerspace over All-Star, and I just so happened to be there when they did a restock of these, and so I was able to get a pair because the lines for these for Undefeated were crazy. They did like this crazy raffle thing that was downtown, and I wasn't able to get there, but I was at the Nike Makerspace. They brought some over, and they had these, and I was just like, thank you, sneaker gods, you have blessed me once again. So quick updates about these. This is not leather on these. Well, there's leather on the tongue, but the upper of the shoe, the majority of the upper of the shoe is actually, I believe, ballistic mesh, which kind of goes with the whole Undefeated sort of styling when it comes to their shoes. Again, the leather on the tongue and then the leather tongue tag. And honestly, the leather on these feels a little bit more premium than the actual Del Sol pair. Instead of the mesh that's on the Del Sol pair, this pair actually has a neoprene sort of heel counter. Then they have Undefeated on the back here. And hold on, let me grab the Del Sol pair, because they actually switched it up a little bit. On the Del Sol pair, it says up tempo, and then they added undefeated on the Undefeated pair. So that was a kind of a cool detail. Another detail is they gave the hang tag with the Undefeated logo and the Kobe logo. Then it says Undefeated on the other side. But the real winner is this colorway. It's just that camo that looks super dope. I can't wait to wear these. I doubt if I actually play in these, I'll use these when I go play ball, but this one I'll probably just wear around. Some other details on the Undefeated pair. They have the Undefeated logo right there. You see they don't have anything here, but it leaves room for, I would say, like with PEs, for like DeMar DeRozan, maybe having his initials here when he gets his own signature colorway, or when he gets his own player exclusive colorway of these that he's going to have in the game. If you saw NBA All-Star, he actually wore a player exclusive colorway during the game. Now, something that I don't want to say bothers me, but something that I noticed on the Undefeated pair is the hierarchy of the Kobe and the Undefeated logo. I might be looking too much into this. I'm going to admit that right now, but the Undefeated logo is on top and the Kobe logo is on the bottom on the tongue, and it's the same thing on the tongue tag. In my mind, because this is Kobe's shoe, I feel like Kobe's logo should be on top and then the Undefeated logo should be at the bottom, but maybe I'm just being too picky about that. You guys let me know. Am I being too picky about that? Does it matter which way the logos go? I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to wear these shoes regardless, but it just kind of popped out to me and made me think like, wow, thought the Kobe logo would be on top. Again, maybe I'm just being too sensitive. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a quick unboxing of my favorite shoe from All-Star Weekend. I really love the Kobe 1 Pro Trail. I love that it's updated for today's standards, that they're changing the way we look at retros, and the performance of retros should be up to today's standard, even if you're going to release the new shoe, even if you're going to keep the shoe aesthetically the same as the original, which I just think is a win. I just think that was a genius idea to keep it looking the way the shoe originally looked, but updated so that you can get buckets in it in a newer form. With that being said, guys, I'm Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you. Make sure you stay tuned because I got some good stuff coming up for you guys in the next couple of days, and I'll see you soon. Peace.